I really like the whole area. I mean, I live in Ham, which is sort of halfway between Richmond and Kingston, and so it's very close to the river, but it's also close to a lot of green space. I just like the vibe of the area, and you know, it's a good place to live. Proudest achievement, being elected as a Green Party councillor in Richmond a couple of years ago. That's the first thing that springs to mind. Yeah, definitely a big achievement. 5 Green Party councillors on Richmond Council, so that was pretty major. What we'd like to see is that it remains open to walking and cycling and wheeling, and that a public transport solution is implemented so that people can get from A to B. At the moment, it's obviously been closed to motor vehicles, and that's a good thing from the perspective of climate, because obviously as Greens, we want to have a situation which is a reduction in carbon emissions and moving towards more active, sustainable forms of travel. So, you know, in that sense, it's a good thing to have it as a forward-looking project, cycling, walking, but obviously you need to get people across the bridge who can't do any of those things, and there has to be a viable public transport solution. And there are options on the table, and some of them, you know, have been already sort of put forward into the public domain, and we're very supportive of that. But we just need to see those options on the table, rather than it being a case of you either open it to motor vehicles, like everything, or not, or nothing. It's not an all or nothing situation. We need to see more options on the table. My biggest priority is trying to do something to contribute towards building a sustainable and fair society. We're in a massive crisis in terms of the climate emergency and biodiversity emergency as well, and we need as a society to find solutions for that. But there are positive solutions that we can bring forward, things that make life better for everybody. If you improve air quality, that reduces carbon emissions as well. That's obviously a good thing for everyone. If you increase the amount of sustainable transport options, that actually makes the city a more vibrant place and more accessible place as well. And if you improve housing stock through better insulation, through installation of renewables, that obviously reduces people's bills. So there are all these kind of co-benefits to doing green stuff, green infrastructure and green initiatives. Well, hopefully we'll get a Green mayor. And then, you know, we'll be holding her accountable through our own processes. But if that doesn't happen and another candidate wins, then the more Green Party Assembly members there are, the better, because we will scrutinise the mayor. And we already do that and have been doing that ever since there were Green London Assembly members. So, you know, it's a process of really holding the mayor to account for, you know, all aspects of policy, particularly climate policy. He's made some big commitments, and we need to see how exactly if it is he, sorry, I'm just making a big assumption there, the person who becomes mayor, whoever they are, that there are big commitments that need to be fulfilled and set out as, well, how we're going to get there. And people need to see that. There needs to be transparency and a clear vision. Riverside.